What you are about to experience is out of this world. Politics, history, and of course, a lot of entertainment. It's time to rock it with the Docket.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kyle Dockery with the Dockery Docket. We are here with a very short clip from the previous Dockery Docket episode. I know that people don't have a lot of time in their day to watch a full episode of the Dockery Docket, so I'm hoping that this will give you a little taste of what you're missing in the full episode. And if you like it, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. And with that, enjoy. Right now, there seems to be a serious problem when it comes to the southern border. And just like before, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have decided to play the don't do anything about it game. This has been the game throughout the entirety of the Joe Biden administration. The only real resistance that these migrants have had is Kamala Harris going down there and saying, "Do not come." And the migrants' response was,
"I'm gonna come."
So all of these different southern states have had to fend for themselves. Remember when the southern border was the president's responsibility? Remember when the left was claiming that immigrants that were caught by ICE were drinking toilet water, which was a lie? Then they claimed that there were little children in cages at the border. Just when Trump was around, Obama never put kids in cages, and apparently those cages disappeared when Joe Biden came into office too. Along with that, the left claimed that the southern border was a literal concentration camp, and Trump was killing people in those borders. Remember when AOC went down to the southern border and started taking pictures in front of a parking lot, claiming that it was the southern border, and the Democrats ran on this, claiming that they were going to come into office and they were going to be calmer on the border, and more states were going to be sanctuary cities. Well, now all of that is coming back to bite the left right in the butt. This immigration crisis starts at the Texas border, as according to CBS News, Border Patrol agents have apprehended roughly 140,000 migrants without authorization in the first 20 days of September. That is an average of 6,900 a day, which is a 60% increase from 4,300 in July. That is a lot of people that are crossing the border, and we don't know where to put all these different people, and it is hurting these southern states and cities like Eagle Pass, Texas, as this city has been hit with the brunt of these immigrants coming into their city, as this city had to declare a state of emergency because they first apprehended 4,000 immigrants at one time. Then, the week before, the mayor said that a separate group of 2,500 people were coming across the border into the city, and another week, another 7,200 immigrants were crossing the border into this small city of Eagle Pass, Texas. Once again, according to the mayor, many of these migrants that are coming over are young, middle-aged men that don't like to listen, and they have overrun a migrant center called Mission Border Hope, which is the only migrant shelter in the city. Sometimes these men won't even listen and they will just leave the facility because they think they can do whatever they want. Now, Eagle Pass has a population of 29,000 people. Now imagine adding close to 50% of that population to the regular population. The city government can't handle that. There are no resources for the people that are coming in, and it is hurting this city. Along with Eagle Pass, Texas, there was another situation that was happening in El Paso, Texas, as police officers had to halt cargo operations so those officers could help Border Patrol with the influx of immigrants that are coming into this country. This is how bad it's getting. There are thousands of people trying to get into this country, and the question is why? Why are they coming here? Well, there are some theories. Some are starting to blame the cartels, as they believe that the cartels are telling people to go to the border so then drug smugglers can get in easier because the guards are too overworked to check on the people with drugs because there's so many people. Another reason is political, as Venezuela is going through yet another political crisis. So all these people are coming to escape that political situation. The problem is that there are real people that are trying to get into this country for the right reason. They want a better life. They want to get a job and help their family. I have known many people that have done this process the right way. But what are we supposed to do when there are literally thousands of people riding on a train trying to get to the southern border. Well, Republicans and Republican states have had ideas in the past, and also today. You know that Trump wanted to build a wall at the southern border. If this wall actually happened, it could have given border guards more time to process all of these different people that were coming into this country. Now, some of that wall was built by Trump, and it was helpful, but it wasn't like what Trump promised. He didn't get all of it done. And now, all of the border wall stuff is being sold off by the Joe Biden administration. Along with that, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has had some ideas of his own to try and keep his border safe, and also the people coming over safe as well. As for many years, people have tried to cross into America via the Rio Grande River. This has led to many people, including ICE officers that were trying to rescue different migrants in the water, to tragically pass away. So to prevent this, the Texas government decided to put buoys out in the water. These buoys would be hard to climb on, so when people got there, they would have to turn around. These buoys caused a lot of backlash, and the Joe Biden administration decided to sue the state to remove the buoys. This led to a legal case where a judge ordered Texas to move a line of buoys because they illegally disrupted navigation and were installed without the permission of the U.S. Army Corps. Along with that, another southern state of Arizona tried to fix this situation on their own, as Governor Doug Ducey tried to build his own wall by using shipping containers, as Ducey was tired of waiting for the Biden administration dragging his feet, so he decided to do something himself. However, just like the buoys, the Department of Homeland Security came knocking and told the state of Arizona that putting the shipping containers up in certain places were seen as trespassing, which led to the government claiming that Arizona had to remove those shipping containers. The last option that all of these different Republican governors have had is to put all of these different immigrants on an airplane and send them to a blue state, maybe a sanctuary city, like for example, New York. The mayor there claimed that the city was a sanctuary city, so I'm sure they could handle a couple thousand of people, right? Well, not so much, as these different sanctuary cities and states are eating their own words. As now Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, is claiming that these different immigrants will destroy New York City.
Well. How the turntables...
As he said in a statement, "Let me tell you something, New Yorkers. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. It's going to come to your neighborhoods. All of us are going to be impacted by this. I said it last year when we had 15,000 migrants. I'm telling you now with 110,000. The city we knew, we're about to lose." So all of the Democratic nonsense of give us your tired, your poor, Statue of Liberty stuff was all a game. Now they know how the southern states feel. However, just like these Republican states had ideas to fix this migration problem, New York City has a few ideas of how to fix their immigration problems as well. And one of those solutions is to throw money at the problem and see if it will just go away. I mean, it hasn't worked before, but let's see if it'll work this time. As there is a shocking video of AOC, who was speaking in front of a large crowd talking about how Eric Adams isn't showing leadership through this crisis, and how we need to give these different immigrants job visas and to increase federal funds to fix this crisis. However, there's a problem with this video. Let's see if you can figure it out.
Ultimately, I think that there are 3 points of consensus here that are very important in getting a solution to this issue. The first is that there is consensus here across geography and states on increased federal resources to cities and municipalities dealing with this issue. The second is to allow for work authorizations so that the folks in here can get to work and start supporting themselves as soon as possible. They are prevented from getting jobs, they are prevented from employment, and that is part of the strain on our public systems. The faster that folks can access the work that they're asking for legally, the better we can solve this problem. And the third is extension of temporary protected status for Venezuelans, who are the largest population that are arriving here. So with that, we thank you all.
Now, I will stress that at this moment, AOC is speaking in front of a hotel that is holding migrants inside it. The city of New York is paying $35 million for 2 of these different migrant hotels. She is also speaking in liberal New York City, and there are people shouting at AOC to close down the border and to send the immigrants back to where they came from. You can tell that even people on the left are absolutely sick and tired of this problem. They are sick and tired of their hard-earned money going to these immigrants. Some of these people are good people that just want to work and move on with their lives. However, other people that come over could be criminals that can cause trouble in the city. The city is running out of resources to provide for these people, so the mayor is starting to cut funding to different agencies like the police, which is a worse idea than throwing money at the problem. And what is Joe Biden doing about this situation in New York? Well, he's taking the AOC approach and gave thousands of work visas to illegal immigrants in New York City, as the Joe Biden administration has promised 50 staffers will come to New York and process employee permits for 10,000 immigrants. This caused New York City to absolutely panic because it means that these immigrants are going to be in New York City longer than expected. And this is a long process that will once again take up city resources. Along with that, the Joe Biden administration has come out using Kareem Jean-Pierre to assure AOC and the rest of America that Joe Biden is the best man for the job when it comes to the border. As she said in a statement, the president has done more to secure the border and to deal with this issue of immigration than anybody else. He really has. Then she continued by saying, look, the president has done what he can from here, from the federal government, from the White House, to put forth and manage our border in a safe and humane way to respect the dignity of every human, as he says all the time, and make sure that our communities are safe.
I don't believe this. I don't believe you.
Now, to tell you the truth, I don't believe this for a second. Ever since Joe Biden has stepped into the White House, the border has been nothing but total chaos. When Joe Biden was elected, there were people at the southern border wearing "Biden let us in" shirts. And the thing is, both Democrats and Republicans have plans to fix this issue, but something has to be done or we aren't going to have a country anymore. I am tired of the Joe Biden administration not taking this problem seriously, because right now, their border guards are dealing with human lives. Once again, some of these people really need our help, and we need to make sure that those people are getting in the right legal way. And the bad criminals and drug smugglers need to stay out. Maybe, I'm just saying that Trump was right and we do need to build a wall. But something has to be done to prevent cities from being overrun and resources to be taken out. We can't live like this anymore. And with that, I just want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dockery Docket. And until next time, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving, goodbye.